Our next topic then, because there are other cool things to talk about, I think one visual one that we can bring to people is the new UI updates.
This actually blew my mind when I saw it in game.
So you see, it's either so over or so back.
Yeah.
It's amazing or it's the worst.
Yeah.
And this is actually great.
Look at
And
this shit,
it's
like,
great in a way that
look at it.
the likes of us may not appreciate because we know this stuff like the back of our hand.
Well,
But
I don't know. I don't know any of
true.
this shit.
A lot-
It's all new.
In fairness, a lot of these are new.
Yeah.
But if you bring like a totally new player who doesn't understand the design system behind WoW's UI, they're going to be confused about things. They don't know what they mean. So our first big thing then is we have a legend for the map. You can see, man, that's what a world quest looks like now. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, but
That's different. This is
Yeah.
a new era.
Yeah, and the best part is, I don't know if you have the pictures, but if you hover over those, oh yeah, look, you actually hover and explains what's going on.
Yeah.
A local story. It's not a side quest anymore. It's a local story.
Well,
Which
that's
is actually a really good name for them.
That is a great way. That's actually brilliant.
It is, yeah.
Because you see in the past, when every quest was just a quest and some of them were important, it would be sort of blurred. And I think people could, want a big, like, awesome narrative experience, but they just do a random little piddly side quest and they don't hit their expectations.
Yeah.
If you prime people by describing it as a local story, they go in with that in mind and they're then going to be more open to receiving it. Yeah. And that will actually mean that they'll appreciate the content more.
Yeah,
It's like how you subtly guide the player matters so much.
Which is really funny because if you show me these icons, would you like to do a campaign, important, legendary, meta, or local story quest? 9 times out of 10, the local story is going to be better.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's one thing about the War Within that stays true.
There's another thing in this which, you could say that a lot of these things being different shapes is really awkward. And I do partially agree with that. However,
yes, that's true.
I agree with that from the perspective of...
Well, they're all in circles on the map, so, but yeah.
So, like, while I don't have the best vision in the world, I can see colors. Not everyone can see that, actually. And one of the things is you want your different icons to feel different, to be clearly different, multiple reasons. A great example is raid markers, because raid markers have a different color and shape. So regardless of the color, if you... Well, I don't really know how like colorblind and stuff works, but basically if you struggle with certain colors, it's probably okay because you can learn the shapes.
Yeah, you should never say go to blue or red. You should say go to square and cross.
Now, obviously, there's a problem then when you're fighting the fire boss on a red floor and the boss is throwing fire at you and you got to dodge the fire. That can be fun. So yeah, we got that. What's also happened though is way more filtering options.
Oh yeah, the filters are really, really nice.
Yeah, so you can really... Like, if you don't like dynamic flight, like races, just turn them off.
It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You can clean up your map so good.
So that's really cool.
Same with pet battles. You can turn off pet battle world quests. That was a game changer for me.
It's a new game.
New game.
We're back.
New game, new life.
We're back again.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I do not think we need... No, we don't need this because it would make the stream worse. But if we were doing like the old school, sort of... I'm imagining Jim Cramer of was it CNBC Money or whatever, where basically, imagine a man in a blue shirt getting progressively more sweaty as he makes very loud noises about the stock market and hits big buttons that make funny sounds. So it'd be like, oh, ExxonMobil did a whoops, wong. It's very cringe. What we need is each of us have a bumper. One of them is it's so over. The other one is we're so back.
I think it'd be better if we had little flags, like it's over and we're so back.
But they need to have a webhook or something for when they're raised.
Of course.
So that at the end of the stream we can count them up and then we can work out, is it factually so over or so back? So there you go. The most innovative stream you've ever seen. Next thing then.
Actually, I will bring you to the teleport points.
Ooh, hello.
See, teleport points?
Yeah.
They were smart. You know the way flying around sucks?
Is that like little shortcuts and things?
Yep. So when you unlock them, you unlock shortcuts from Dagal all the way down to Ashkead. And they're little like tunnels that are like framed as your allies have made this tunnel for quick access and you've unlocked it. You're there. So you find it and it's really cool. There's like an elevator around the island here that goes down to a point in the Ring and Deeps. It's way different from where the core way brings you. And same from Hollowfall to stuff. It's fantastic.
It's funny. Like I remember I was
very smart, very good.
I decided I just wanted to like complete more of the map in Dragonflight. and I did the the little teleport points you can unlock.
Yeah.
Which I have a feeling a lot of people didn't bother with that.
They were in kind of shitty locations,
Yeah.
and the cooldown on them kind of blew, but using them for a while was really fun.
Yeah, like once I did, I did appreciate them a little bit more because I unlocked them, I guess, with my character. I don't know.
Yeah, because they had the little, what was your fella? The dwarf
Thalen
boy?
Dark Anvil.
Thalen Dark Anvil.
The man
He
most
loved
known
stuff, yeah.
for his gracious letting of us, or granting us the tools to draw big cock and balls in the Warlords of Draenor intro scenario.
What a legend to go back.
So, I guess with those fiery cock and balls in your mind, we can move on to the new Evergreen Great Vault UI. Oh my
isn't done
god,
yet.
it's a new game. We're so back.
Next, please. The fact that they have an evergreen one instead of going, here's the one with the remake every expansion.
Dude, those mouse cursors are crispy.
They are crispy,
Oh,
yeah.
that's real crispy.
Yeah, we've got some resolution up on this bitch now.
Yeah. Oh my
Look at the
god.
enchant one.
Delicious.
See, now, if this game had soul, melee would get the sword and range would get that. And you'd be playing, you'd swap spec from like feral to thing and you get that instead.
like an
for
early
balance.
2000s RTS.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Or this would be for wand users. If you've got a wand, it's that. And that's the only time you ever see it. It's a little bonus. But yeah.
Oh yeah, another cool thing, and this, we're showing us via tweet from Mezzy, which, there's all the other ones.
Yep. These are very nice.
And you can see they're different by color and shape.
Yeah.
all
Because
those
they've got
icons.
actual UI designers.
And that's good for,
Design
it's good for accessibility, but also often, so you can, I forget the name of the standards, but there are like standards for contrast ratios and different things between colors for the sake of readability and accessibility. And generally, whenever something I think is doing well by those accessibility guidelines, it's also just generally really clear and usable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a, I don't know, good thing to follow. The next thing then, so our world events have got new icons. Previously, world events were all a little horn.
Because it was the Grand Hunt and they just reused that for everyone. They're like, I'm going to go get some soup. Why is there a horn here? Okay, cool.
So now the world event things are different. And
Yeah, I think there's some reuse still across them. Maybe that's just not updated for me entirely. Maybe it was an older build or something.
The bottom right. Bottom right. The wounds.
Oh no.
No.
I don't even know what one that is.
Magni.
Is that the Severed Pact or is that something else? I haven't really done that many yet because I only hit 80 and then finished the story and then went, I'm fucking done. But yeah, very nice.
Another nice thing. Your weekly
Oh,
quests show time remaining. And this may not be the biggest thing, and I imagine it happens to daily quests as well. But for a lot of people, they know when the servers might restart, but they may not be exactly sure when the quest stops. So it's just, it's not the biggest change in the world. But again, anytime a player alt-tabs out of your game to search a WoW head guide or something like that to understand how something works, that is a failure because now they're no longer in the game.
And they're also ADHD and will go to Twitter and stop playing your game and browse Twitter.
That's actually
Hasn't happened to me, haha. Haha. I'm normal.
That's a real point.
I know.
Yeah, shit.
I fucking know.
Yeah, I know. That's why you made it. But like, that's a real point.
I know. I know far too well.
Yeah, but I feel like most designers almost
There's like
Not forget that, but-
second monitor, it's fine. Second one's fine.
Oh no! Do you
They'll
know
have
what,
Wowhead up there.
do you know what I'm thinking of now? Your boy Don Matrick.
Oh dear.
Do you remember when they were talking about how, like, the Xbox One is the ultimate media console and how Microsoft wanted to pioneer a second screen experience on your phone? I've started being really disciplined with myself where wherever I listen to a video, I'm like, hang on a second. If someone put a gun to my head and said, repeat the contents of that video over the last few minutes, what are they talking about? I'd be like, I guess I'll die because I have no idea. So I've started like purposely
Yeah.
scrubbing back, and I'm like, almost like,
Are you doing flashcards for videos you're watching, mate?
it's not that, but it's just like, you've consumed but not appreciated that person's work. And that
Yeah.
means that, I remember it's the White Void Torture. It's George Lucas's second feature after American Graffiti THX, which is where, if you go to a movie theater and you see THX sound and it makes like the "mwah" noise, it's named I think Lucas is involved in that company, or was back in the day, and THX is named after his sci-fi project, which was a student film that he turned into a big thing. And of course, being sci-fi, it's doing a future thing, and it's trying to be a little bit more extreme. And you have these like weird, like desexualized, government controls, reproduction, and thought crimes. The whole shebang. But the characters are like these oversensitized, desensitized, like just nothing controllable blob people that are given like weird masturbator devices to like just fucking numb them. And I suppose you think about the modern day and you think about how everything is like an attention assault. And I guess this is weird because what you just talked about was checking a quest in Wowhead and getting distracted on Twitter. But I don't know, there's something to be said about like active, purposeful consumption.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing where like I fall on the other side of that too often, where I'm like, I am too sleepy to enjoy this.
Oh yeah, it's why you'll have that movie that you know you really care about and want to watch. Yeah. I can't remember. I was like, as an Expanse fan, it was like the final 2 episodes of the final season, and it took me like 4 weeks to watch them because I kept on being like, not feeling it, and I actually like this, so I'm not going to do it. But then all too often, the backlog grows and grows.
Yeah, and you'll also find that 5 minutes into something, you'll actually switch on and go, oh, I'm totally down for this.
Yeah.
I'm totally down for this, which is...
I always find that with like more indie films, where, you're like, oh, this is going to be a big think time. Maybe I'm not ready for big think, but if it's good, you're just like, oh my God. Is this a small Korean family drama about being like a immigrant after the war? Oh! You're like, you struggle to be... Minari's the movie I'm talking about, where it's like, in a way, I'm like, sure. And then, 10 minutes later, I'm finally sucked into it. But it's like, it's overcoming that initial effort. And I think that's actually why a game like World of Warcraft can really struggle in today's market, because WoW is like a very intentional, long burn style of game. That's why I think delves are really important, because in the same way that people might just go and play a round of Fortnite because they hit the go button and they're immediately there and they know what they're going to get, WoW will struggle because people won't want to go into the pre-made group finder or wait for the LFR queue. I think delves are really positive there.
The ramp-up time to playing World of Warcraft is aggressive compared to any other video game. Even like, if I'm playing World of Warcraft now, I have to figure out what I'm doing. I have to log in. I have to like, what are my talents set to? Oh, is my gear set to? What do I have to do? What am I doing? Who am I? What's my reps? What's my renowns? What world quest do I do? What's going on? For example, I have been not a big live World of Warcraft player recently, believe it or not, because there's fuck all to do. But except for Mop Remix, which I don't want to do. So it was the last day for the trading post last night. So I finished up. Yeah, you missed it. Yo. So I finished up some of the Dawn Trail MSQ, and I was like, I am defeated. I'm done. If I start this next quest, I'm here to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Listen to that. I was like, I'll just spend an hour to this. I was like, I just flew around, did some stuff. I was like, man, I had to figure out what to do and think about it. And I tried to plan how to get all of my things. That was fine, but also like, man, that was tiring. Having to think for a brief second.
I guess there's a big difference. Way back in the day, World of Warcraft used to break your executive function. Nowadays, your broken executive function means you don't play World of Warcraft because the world around WoW has changed. It's really spooky, isn't it?
Yeah. World of Warcraft used to be like an 8-hour marathon of one incredible big adventure.
Yeah, it used to be. And
everyone's like, sorry, is that an adventure taking more than 30 seconds? I don't think I can. I don't have the energy for today. Which might just be the fact that, people are getting mentally assaulted by the entirety of existence. And also the fact that half of us are aging very poorly. Very rapidly.
So on very related to that, Matt, we do have the city hub of Donegal, Matt.
Donegal,
I'm known for my clean segues.
Hate Donegal.
Oh man, I really like it.
Let me explain to you why.
Okay, hit me.
Because there's a skywriting race through it, and this shit is too dense. This does not load nice. This does not load friendly. Hopefully it's just a beta thing, but yeah. I'm telling you, if you pick up, I think it's like around here. You pick it up and go up here around here, and you're like, I'm at 10 frames per second. Let's go, and then you fly away and it deloads. You're like, back to 120. Fantastic.
Yeah, their game some of the technical stuff in their game is behind how it can be pushed using dynamic flight, for sure. I've noticed that, like, the amount of times if you're going at maximum speed in Dragonflight, and it just it's
you're
jittery.
in the Azure span and you jitter, and then a branch spawns inside your model, and you're like, cool, I guess I'll stop.
Do you know what's funny with that? Playing just, you know, my favorite pastime, bronze balling, picking up those flying bronze balls in Mop Remix, because it's the old world. My computer has absolutely zero problems loading any of that. So I actually get a really buttery smooth, like 240 hertz, buttery smooth flying experience that feels amazing in a way it never does in Dragonflight, because the game's, like, I guess, asset streaming, it struggles to keep up. I mean, it's not as bad as GTA 5 and an Xbox 360 hard drive.
Oh, GTA 4 was some crack. I remember playing GTA 4 on, was it PC I played it on, I think? And I remember my PC wasn't very good, and every time one of those ballasts, you're just driving, I'm going straight, I'm going full speed, and then the ballast, didn't see that. Why did I not see it? Because it wasn't there. Wasn't there, but still, Nico is now, now he's learned human flight, and off he goes into the road.
The flippin' demonic things that those engineers did in GTA 5 to get that game to stream on a hard drive is mad.
Impressive, yeah. Impressive. So realistically, I'm actually not that bothered. I think it's a very, very beautiful little city. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. It's wonderful.
It does a great job.
The fisher's really cool.
See, I love the earthen architecture, but what I love with Donegal is, and I guess it's because of the people are like, fuck it, we're mortals, we're going to have fun. The subsect of earthen.
The Unbound?
Yeah. I feel like some of that influence is just, you know, there's flowers. It's nice. There's splashes of color.
There's that, and
it's richly
that's
detailed.
actually mostly the phrase one.
Ah, okay.
Been all like nature good and shit.
That makes sense.
So yeah, like, it's very pretty. The Forge Ground is a beautiful area. I love the multi-layeredness to it. Like, the Coreway is the Coreway. The Foundation Hall and stuff. So it's all very nice. The wee Fisher was like little, like, dark sort of rogue people and spooky boys and Madame Goya and people playing dice for money and looking all mean. And then that's where the Azure Head portal is as well when you unlock it. It's down the corner there, so you like fly out of it. It's very, very nice.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with the things that I've seen. It seems
I love its expansion, like, visually and set like that way. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it seems like as they've scaled up their team, they've got used to shipping quite a lot of zones. They've got their reps in, and what they make's pretty cool. Like, usually I don't care about kobolds, but some of the kobold places in the Ringing Deeps, you know, where it's like super high density little kobold houses.
Oh, the Warrens, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wow, again, it's not something that I like normally give a shit about in aesthetic, but I really like it.
It's nicer.
So yeah, that's cool.